In February 1957, Manhattan was defined by a sense of bustling normalcy. That quiet ends when federal agents target a West 78th Street apartment, forcing their way in and ending a decade of suburban life. Agents arrested Jack and Myra Soble, middle-class immigrants who appeared to lead a simple life. Jack's neighbors knew him as a businessman who imported animal hair for paintbrushes. This FBI cover sheet identifies the subject as Jack Soble. It represents the Bureau's realization that the animal hair importer was a high-ranking KGB spymaster. The arrest moved the Red Scare from political theory into a physical reality on a New York street corner. The quiet businessman was now the central figure in a burgeoning investigation into Soviet infiltration. The initial interrogations take place in a confined holding cell. The FBI is looking for codes and contacts, but Jack Soble offers immediate resistance. This report shows Soble refused to leave his cell, stalling agents by demanding a lawyer and complaining of a severe headache. He then told them, "I will get your man and prove him to be a liar," indicating he knew someone had talked. Because Soble refused to cooperate, the FBI shifted its strategy. They moved away from standard questioning, preparing instead for a long-term psychological struggle to break his silence. By April 1957, the isolation of prison had changed the dynamic. This Danbury interview report notes that Soble appeared to be struggling under significant physical and mental strain. This teletype from April 11th details a breakthrough with Myra Soble. During her re-interview, she began disclosing details about their residence and the Soviet handlers they entertained in their home. These confessions provided a look at the inception of the ring. They revealed that Jack Soble's involvement with Soviet intelligence wasn't born of belief, but of a desperate need to escape Europe. This is a portrait of Lavrenti Beria, the chief of the Soviet secret police and the architect of the Soble mission. Beria offered Jack a trade. He would provide safe passage for the Soble family out of Lithuania, provided Jack moved to the United States to establish a clandestine network. By using his family as leverage, the KGB turned a refugee into a permanent, embedded asset on American soil. To hide his operations, Soble helped build the Canadian Animal Hair Company. It was a functional business that provided a perfect logistical shield. This page from the interrogation files details how Soble used the trade to mask his activities. His handler, Vasily Zubelin, would contact Soble under the pretense of selling animal bristles. The Soviets even provided thousands of dollars for Soble to purchase this American cafeteria. It functioned as a legitimate business while serving as a secure hub for meeting assets and passing funds. The network's primary objective was to track American Trotskyites. This portrait of Leon Trotsky represents the man the Soviet leadership was most obsessed with monitoring through Soble's network. The use of mundane corporate fronts allowed the KGB to hide the true scale of their financial and operational reach within the United States. By the time Soble began talking to agents in prison, he realized his network was already compromised. Every contact and every cover he had spent years building was gone. This animated map shows the reach of the underground KGB network, with nodes connecting Manhattan to key assets across the United States. Soble realized that someone close to the operation had spent years systematically handing this entire map to the FBI. The man who exposed the ring was Boris Moros. This is the Hollywood studio backlot where Moros worked as a producer and music director for Paramount Pictures. While producing films, he was also operating as a double agent for the FBI. It is the ultimate irony of the case. A professional KGB spymaster was dismantled by a man from the world of Hollywood make-believe. Jack Soble's arrest was the end of the Manhattan Ring, but it was only the beginning of a larger story. In Part 2, we will look at how a movie producer became the FBI's most important asset in the war against the KGB.